The 2026 Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, bring us to Brain Field for Day 2 of the New England Regional. And Concord Little League out of New Hampshire and Champlain Little League out of Vermont open up a Sunday afternoon triple header in Bristol. Winner of this game plays later tonight against one of the top-seeded Rhode Island programs at 7 o'clock. First things first, can these two teams pick up wins to advance in the winner's bracket? Regionals across the country with 6 regions ongoing across the United States. Here in New England, 6 programs will have played its entirety of its first games here on a Sunday afternoon, with the top 2 seeds, Connecticut and Rhode Island, playing later this afternoon into the early evening. And with that, we welcome you from Brain Field. She's the former Olympic silver medalist, Haley McClenny. I'm Casey Roll. Give us strength. 3 games in one day for broadcasting purposes. That's going to be the first for the both of us. It is the first test for both of these two teams starting this regional. We're supposed to play yesterday, but after weather delays and cancellations, they're playing today. How do those nerves shift knowing they might play a second game tonight?
Yeah, well, you know these two teams when they get on the field. They were itching to get out there yesterday. Weather got in the way, so these two teams are really excited. You can feel the energy up here in the booth, and you know these two teams want to get a win to continue to advance in the winner's bracket later on this evening.
The energy is pulse pounding, I will tell you that first and foremost. Let's take a look at the New England regional rules for softball perspectives for those who are new to Little League softball rules. 6 teams comprise the Little League regions, ages 10 to 12 years old here in New England. Modified double elimination bracket, so the loser of this game today, not eliminated, they play in the elimination bracket. 6-inning regulation game, 60-foot base path distance and a 40-foot distance from the circle to home plate. All rostered players do bat in a continuous order from 1 to 12, or how many players are rostered on each program. Speaking of rosters and the lineups, New Hampshire, the visiting team out of Concord Little League, opens up the afternoon against Vermont. First pitch of the day, thrown by Vermont manager's daughter, Kinsley Winiger. Josh Winiger leading this Vermont program out of St. Albans Bay, Vermont. Winiger starts her day against Charlotte May Fiffian, the New Hampshire catcher. First pitch is high and wide to begin the afternoon.
And one of the things I think is so cool about this Vermont battery that we get to see, Casey, is these two will actually call their own game. Grace Boardman behind the plate there and Kelsey Winiger in the circle. Something you don't see a lot of at this age. I know we were talking earlier before first pitch here. There are some young ladies that go into the AUSL as rookies that have never called their own game before. So the fact that Grace Boardman is back there calling pitches, it's just a testament to the relationship, the chemistry that those two have, and that's what's allowed them to advance so far, win a state championship, and be able to compete here in these regionals.
Already outside black for a called strike 3. The Vermont battery works to perfection. 1K to begin the afternoon.
And so far, Winiger really using her velocity, going up top as well in the strike zone. So far, looking like she's firing on all cylinders.
Couple pitchers dueling with Taylor Latorra stepping into the box. There you go. One of the top arms in the entire region. Daughter of manager Tim Latorra. There you go. Ball and strike. And we promised you that we'd show you the New Hampshire batting order. What's the saying? Good things come with patience. Here's Latorra at the plate batting in the 2 spot. Ball and 2 strikes. 4-man umpiring crew today. Justin Skiba's behind the plate. Kevin Southall, the crew chief, is at first base. Jim Lotka's at second. Owen Sprague is the third base umpire.
I know that pitch missed a little bit up and away, but I love that we're already seeing the off speed from Kinsley Winiger so far in this game. It's going to be critical for her to mix speeds, continue to hit her spots if she's going to be successful just like that.
Latora comes up empty. Throw to first base completes the strikeout. Couple Ks for Winiger begin this first inning of play.
And this is going to be a great location from Winiger here. You're going to see just a little bit down and away, a little bit of a drop action on that pitch. Really fools Latora there and gets a big strikeout. Pretty good start for Winiger.
I'd say so.
A pitcher's dream, if you will. 2 Ks right away.
Can Lauren Plodzik be the first batter to put the ball in play? The New Hampshire third baseman takes high and tight. Someone who's very confident in her own skills, Lauren Plodzik, 13-year-old, her last year of playing Little League softball. Was asked by members of media to fill out questionnaires. You see a lot of times favorite athletes, favorite players. She is her own favorite athlete. Who needs AUSL or major leaguers to be their favorite athlete? She is her own favorite athlete.
I love that. I love the confidence. You got to be your own biggest fan, right? I mean, we play a sport of intense failure, right? So I love that attitude. I love that mindset.
One of 5 returners, Lauren Plodzik, on this Concord Little League program that are back from that 2025 team. 2-2 from Winiger. First full count of the afternoon, pieced together by this Concord lineup. Lauren Plodzik's father, Jay Plodzik, one of the coaches. He's the first base coach. High and tight, it's a 2-out walk. First base runner of the afternoon belongs to New Hampshire.
Good plate discipline there by Lauren Plodzik. First 2 batters of the game, strikeout. You know that she's going to give you something enticing to swing at, but does a really good job of seeing that ball up and letting it go to get a 2-out base runner here for New Hampshire.
Hartley Clark steps in. In the words of Tim Latora earlier in the week, the perfect 4-hitter, makes great contact at the plate. The 11-year-old who's nicknamed the Queen of Hearts. 2-0 on the pitch that skips into the plate.
Well, the coach was telling us too, she doesn't look like your typical 4-hole hitter when you see her, right? She's shorter in stature, a little bit on the smaller side, but just really elite hand-eye coordination, knows how to put the ball in play, and she's in a really good leverage count here up 2-0.
Eludes the catcher Boardman all the way to the backstop, and Latora took that. Plodzik takes second base on a wild pitch. Game's potential first run in scoring position for Clark. That's upstairs, 4-pitch walk, back-to-back walks with 2 outs for Concord Little League.
And Winiger started off really strong in this game, had sharp command, gotten a little bit away from her the past 2 batters. And if you're Winiger, you should want to take a deep breath, continue to trust your stuff, find a corner, find the strike zone. It's a good job there of working ahead after back-to-back walks.
Presley Root takes a strike. Labeled as the Energizer bunny of the team when Tim Latora talked about her characteristics. Always high, always very energetic, revving up her teammates, regardless of if they're trailing in games or up in games. Ball, 2 strikes. Can P Money be money at the plate with 2 gone in the first?
And again, that's the second time that we've seen Winiger go to that changeup in a 1-2 count. Just releasing it a little late, staying up in the zone, but I'd expect something hard and in here.
She comes at her and gets a swing and miss. Winiger fans the side in her first inning of work.
Kinsley Winiger owning the strike zone, strikes out the side here, works herself out of a jam, going hard and in, getting a big time swing and miss.
The 2026 Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. There's a look at the headquarters. Just up the road here in Bristol, the campus of ESPN, the worldwide leader. And here in Bristol, one of the leaders so far in the circle, Kinsley Winiger dispatched 3 New Hampshire batters in the top of the first, and she's got her Vermont lineup to the plate in this bottom of the first inning, looking for the game's first run on a sun-kissed Sunday afternoon. Happy triple header day for those who celebrate triple headers in the softball and diamond sports community. Can Vermont get off and running after that really strong pitching performance? How does Concord Little League answer? Taylor Latora's got the circle. A lot of fans from Concord, New Hampshire making their way to Bristol here this weekend. And there's a look at Latora, one of 5 returners from last year's regional team for Concord Little League. Tele or Tete? She's so good she has 2 nicknames.
Love to see it. She's thrown with a little bit more velocity this year, has a curve and a changeup as well. And Coach talked to us about the importance of having Charlotte Fithian down there behind the plate as well, just really building her confidence. And she's grown a lot as a pitcher coming into this season. And I think that's a testament to them being here and being in this tournament.
Home plate umpire Justin Skiba reminding Latora of the pitch rules. Not sure if he did not like the release point there. It's a 1 and no strike count to Kelly Boisenol.
Good eye.
The Vermont shortstop who leads things off for the Champlain Little League lineup. 1 through 12 spots for those who are just now joining us. Softball does play with a continuous batting order in Little League. One of the leaders of the infield, as mentioned by Vermont manager Josh Winiger earlier in the week, praised her softball IQ. The 12-year-old enjoys the movie The Parent Trap. Wonder if her parents are going to be on pins and needles watching their daughter's first at-bat of the regional. She's on base to begin this first inning.
You've seen The Parent Trap, right?
I decline to answer that.
Oh my goodness, Casey. You're killing me.
You guys were lambasting so hard yesterday. Exercising my constitutional amendment to not answer that question.
You know what, that's fair. That's fair. Parent Trap's a phenomenal movie.
Hazel Rexford comes up empty. Throw to second is wide of the bag. Stolen base for Boisenol. She puts herself in the scoring position with nobody gone in this first inning.
Yeah, and Boisenol does a great job here. A leadoff walk and then using her speed to get to second base already. And Vermont here already threatening with a runner in scoring position. You see she gets a great jump there. Throws just a little wide from Fithian behind the plate.
Good eye, good eye.
Rexford. Is the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike? has worked significantly in the offseason to earn the job at second base, the keystone position. And glances off of Vivian's glove behind the plate. A wild pitch advances Boisenol in the third, and Vermont's got the potential first run of the afternoon 60 feet away. Rexford takes that inside, and that grazes her front leg. It's a hit by pitch. And Vermont's got the first two batters of the inning on the corners.
And that's a little bit of a break, actually, there for Latorra. Struggling with command so far, but if this pitch gets away, that is going to be a run scored with the speed of Boisenol over there.
Rexford having a conversation with Vermont first base coach Mark Foisey. She's okay to continue playing. And for the second time today, we have a matchup between the two pitchers. Taylor Latorra pumps a strike to Kinsley Winiger, delayed steal. Rexford takes second base. Two potential runs are in scoring position for Winiger.
This big time spot here for Winiger, too. Had a great top of the first, wants to get some runs on the board, give herself some run support.
She gets herself a run with a throw that eludes the first baseman, Lily Latorra. Rexford advances to third base. It's a 1-0 Vermont lead. All three batters of the inning have reached.
I love to see this. Good piece of hitting by Winiger. She hits this ball with pretty good velocity. Root just a little bit short on the throw. And Lily Latorra just unable to handle it at first base. And Vermont's got their first run of the game so far here in the bottom of the first.
That is an E6 on Presley Root. No RBI on the throwing error. But Vermont does have an early lead with the cleanup hitter, Callie Foisey, stepping in. Foisey rips it foul wide of first base. You're not going to ask me if I know Jump by Van Halen?
If you don't know Jump by Van Halen.
It's a timeless classic.
A timeless classic.
Count holds no balls and 2 strikes to Foisey. Celebrated her 13th birthday in late March. Has runners on the corners and no out against Taylor Latorra. Bounce underneath the first baseman, off the second baseman, Clark. That brings in a run. Throw goes back to the circle. And Kinsley Winiger advances to third. A green wave has erupted here at Bristol. 2-0 Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont's offense is clicking on all cylinders. This is a great job by Foisey of going with the pitch on the outside part of the plate. Exit velocity was off the charts there. It's too much to handle over there at first base for Lily Latorra, and another run comes across for Vermont here.
That's an RBI single for Foisey. And here's Brooklyn Davenport. We are in Connecticut. That ball fisted to short. Root throws back to the circle. Everyone's safe. It's a Vermont party here in Bristol. It's 3-0 for the Champlain Little Leaguers.
And these Vermont bats, they're really not trying to do too much. They just keep continuing to pass the bat, take a walk, take a hit by pitch, put the ball in play, make the defense work, and that's led to 3 runs. And we're going to see a timeout here from manager Tim Latorra coming out to talk to his group and try to break up some of this momentum that Vermont has stolen early on in this ball game.
When he talked with us earlier in the week, he had said if Taylor is on, Taylor being his daughter, we'll be in a good spot. Obviously not the most ideal spot here in a 3-run first with nobody out. What's this conversation about right here?
I think this is just, hey, let's settle down. We need to get an out. Once you get that first out, you can build on that and continue to get the second and third out of the inning and get yourself out of the jam, get back in the dugout and try to, work your way out of this this deficit that you've built yourself in. But I think for Latora specifically in the circle, it's about command, right? Started off the game with a walk, then a hit batter, gotten roughed up a little bit with some singles. So it's just going to be about continuing to pound the strike zone, let them put the ball in play, but trust your defense behind you to continue to make plays.
That's up high to Grace Boardman. Her first at-bat comes with 2 on and nobody out in this 3-run Vermont first inning.
Good eye, good eye.
And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. A story of perseverance. A few months before the season started, sustained a broken foot injury. He's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Has been a reliable catcher for this Vermont team defensively and has been a heartbeat of the lineup throughout Vermont's run back to regionals. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone to get back in the count. High to the screen, Boardman draws another walk. 6 consecutive batters have reached base in this Vermont first inning.
Vermont really starting to feel the momentum, already up 3. Just continuing to pass the bat. I love their approach at the plate. They're disciplined within the strike zone. They're letting the balls go by them. They're being aggressive when they see a ball in the strike zone, and we'll see if they can continue to add on to this lead.
Lauren Brasso skies it onto the infield. Presley Root, the shortstop, makes the grab. The infield fly rule was in effect. The flyout snaps a streak of 6 consecutive Vermont batters reaching base to begin the first.
And that's a really big out for Latora in the circle. Obviously not the start that she had wanted, but being able to get an out with the bases loaded and really stop some of this Vermont momentum is huge.
Bases loaded chance for Addison Gates, who takes high and wide. Depending on your point of view, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, favorite athlete. At the count, 2-0. Third-generation regional talent. Her uncles played in Little League regionals in the 80s.
Good eye, good eye.
Representing
Good eye.
the Gates family in the 21st century. Throw to third is late. It's a 3-ball and no strike count to Gates. A walk drives in the run. That's inside. It's a bases loaded walk to make this a 4-0 Vermont lead in an ongoing first frame.
And Latora continuing to struggle to find the strike zone a little bit. Again, credit to Vermont for being disciplined at the plate. And if you're Taylor Latora right now, really your focus is just on throwing strikes. Let them put the ball in play. You can get an out at any base here.
27 pitches thrown for Latora, 17 balls. As Shequin takes that all the way to the backstop, runners stay put. Are you a fan of that, holding the runners up, seeing a ball go to the screen?
Yeah, the backstop here is actually a little bit bouncier than most people realize, so I think that was a good decision down there by Davenport to just stay put, no need. You're already up 4. No need to get another out at the plate.
Inside, that's a hit by pitch. Get a little bit of a sting walking down the line, but a little pain never hurt anybody. It's an RBI hit by pitch to make this a 5-0 lead.
Now batting, number 11.
It just gets her on the front part of that knee right there. No, that doesn't feel good, but you know what does feel good? Getting an RBI for your team, so. Rub some dirt on it.
It's the second time in this New England regional that a team has scored five or more runs in an inning. Yesterday, Maine put up 6 runs in the third against Massachusetts. That ball misses down to the 11-hitter Hannah Mosher. The 11-year-old has a chance to drive in runs with them loaded and still only 1 out in the first. That's a strike to even up the count. Five runs have scored for Vermont in the inning on a pair of hits. Handful of walks, and a couple hit by pitches. With one throwing error, have contributed big to this Vermont lead. Can Taylor Latorra dig down and get a second out? She does. Her first strikeout of the afternoon. 2 gone in the first.
It's a really big pitch there by Latorra. Obviously already down 5 runs. You don't want to let Vermont continue to gain more momentum, so she throws the ball over the heart of the plate, gets a big swing and miss there from Mosher, but a great job of getting ahead early and trusting her stuff to create swings and misses.
Fallon Mills in the 11th spot takes up high. It is very early in the regional. We have not seen a team send all 12 hitters to the plate in an inning so far.
This team's done a really good job of executing their plate discipline, swinging at pitches in the strike zone, making Taylor Latorra really work. They're not chasing outside of the zone.
Looks like home plate umpire Justin Skiba not liking something about Latorra's delivery. She is behind in the circle, 3-0. That bounces in there. It's a bases loaded walk to bring in another run. 6-0 Vermont in the first. They're another run away from a touchdown and an extra points lead.
For Vermont, number 55, Celia Gunther.
Celia Gunther in the 12 spot. The 12-year-old has them loaded.
Oh, nice catch, Celia.
And if you're Taylor Latorra, that's exactly the approach you want to have. Getting ahead early, throwing something that's enticing these Vermont hitters to swing. Work yourself into leverage count so you can get ahead and get swing and miss.
The 40th pitch of Latorra's inning rises up to the backstop. No advance from the runners.
Make the decision sooner. All right, right there, Celia. Just put it in place. Good eye, good eye.
That's inside, and it looks like that may have hit Gunther. It's an RBI hit by pitch.
Come on, Kelly.
Second hit batsman that drives in the run. It's 7-0 Vermont in the first.
Yeah, this will be the 7th free pass issued by Taylor Latorra so far in this inning between walks and hit by pitches. Just really having a hard time finding the strike zone and finding her command.
Kelly Boiseno led off this inning with a walk. Came around to score the first of the 7 runs in this first inning. That eludes the catcher Fithian. All the runners hold up. Trusting Boiseno to do what her manager Josh Winiger has said she's done throughout the entire season, talking about her IQ being at the top of the level for her line and for her age. Said situationally, there's never a moment that he has to remind Boiseno of doing what she needs to do. And with 2 outs and the bases loaded, can she come through to possibly further balloon the lead?
Good eye, good eye. Make it be there. It's got to be there, Kelly, and drive it.
Is the green light available? 3-1.
With how much Latora has struggled to find the strike zone, I would say yes, but you want to make sure that if you're going to get your swing off here, that it's the one pitch and the one spot that you want to really take advantage of. If she lets that one go and another walk, another run comes in for Vermont.
Second walk of the inning for Boisenau. This one drives in a run. It's 8-0 Vermont.
Now batting number 12, Hazel Rexford.
Hazel Rexford was the first hit-by-pitch victim in this inning. Tomahawk chops that back to the screen. There's swinging an axe like you're cutting down trees, and then there's those men's slow pitch swings you see. That was a nice little chop downwards.
They do that in Vermont, right? Chop wood?
That's right.
Is that right?
Reminds me of bench warmers, that one scene. It's not a sword. Don't chop down. Can you believe bench warmers came out 21 years ago?
You're aging me, Casey.
Wow.
You're aging me. That's crazy. And Coach was talking to us, you know, in the questionnaire, said Hazel Rexford is one of the most clutch players in this offensive lineup, loves being up with the bases loaded, loves being up with an RBI opportunity. We'll see if she can get another one here.
She had a bases clearing triple in Vermont State semifinal to get to this regional. That's inside, bases loaded walk. 9-0 Vermont in this first inning.
It's a 9th free pass issued by Latora. 9 free passes, 9 runs here in the bottom of the first.
Kinsley Winiger.
Take a chance, Kenny, drive it.
Second matchup of the day between Kinsley Winiger and Taylor Latora in the inning. First run of the game scored when Winiger grounded a soft roller to short. Presley Root short-armed it to first base. And E6, the lone error of the game so far, drove in the first Vermont run. That's lashed up the box in the center. This will score the 10th and 11th runs of the inning. 2-out, 2-run single for Kinsley Winiger. It's a Vermont exhibition in this first inning.
I don't know if Kinsley Winiger needed any more run support, but she's given herself 2 RBI here. Great job of taking this ball up the middle. It's elevated in the zone, does a great job of staying on plane. Look how her hands stay high, and she's just able to get all of this ball, drive it right back up the middle.
Bounding ball tapped to first base from Callie Foisey. Steps on the bag to retire the side. But the Vermont Avalanche with 11 runs. They've got an 11-0 lead heading to the second here in Bristol. We're back here in Bristol. Concord's down big. New Hampshire trails Vermont 11-0. Can Lily Latora get the Concord Little Leaguers back into this ball game? A third-generation Latora playing in a Little League regional. Her older brother Anthony was a pitcher for New Hampshire in a Little League baseball regional, and her older sister Taylor Latora in her final year of playing Little League softball, a part of this 2026 Concord team. Look at that, they're the little regulars here in Bristol. That's awesome.
I love to see that.
It's a family affair whenever they come to Bristol.
So cool. Such a diamond sports family. You see that all over our sport, really, with brothers playing baseball and sisters playing softball. All the siblings support each other, and how cool for the Latora parents to be able to watch all three of their kids play here at this ballpark in Bristol. Really cool.
There's Tim Latora, the third-year New Hampshire manager, has brought Concord Little League to 3 consecutive regionals here in Bristol. Speaking of proud fathers watching their daughters play, how happy is Josh Winiger seeing what Kinsley did in the circle in that first inning?
Yeah, he's got to be thrilled with her, and so far, I've just been really impressed with her mechanics as a whole. Really done a good job of commanding the strike zone. And you can tell she's throwing with a lot of velocity. You know, we saw her here previously, but you can tell she's put in a lot of work to continue to improve that velocity, using the fastball, using the curveball, has used the changeup at times as well to set up the swing and miss with her high velocity stuff. Then she's got an 11-run lead, so now it's all bets are off. She's cruising, she's pitching free.
3-2. Down the chute, got her looking, strike 3. 4 batters face, 4 Ks for Kinsley Winiger. If you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. A lot of supporters for both sides from Concord, New Hampshire, and St. Albans Bay and Georgia, Vermont here in Bristol, Connecticut. These two teams back in the regional after making an appearance in 2025.
Now batting for New Hampshire, number 13, Kinsley Foss.
Kinsley Foss steps to the plate. This program is back here in Bristol. Kinsley Foss is making her Bristol debut. That's a strike down the middle. Foss is a 12-year-old. She will age out of Little League softball after the year. I guess 12 years old isn't too late to make a career change or a sports change. I mean, MJ did it back in the day, moving from basketball to baseball. A little bit different for Kinsley Foss. Longtime tap dancer playing on a softball diamond with this Concord Little League program.
So you know Kinsley's footwork has got to be some of the best in the business. Plays a solid left field in her first year ever playing softball. Footwork is critical in the outfield.
Down even to 2 apiece. Look at that, tap dancing. Oh, that's really tough. I couldn't do that.
That's awesome.
Tap dancing and ballroom dancing big in Alabama growing up?
That would be a negative.
Okay.
At least in my circles, I don't know. Maybe I had some friends that did it every now and again, but
3-2's in tight. It's a 1-out walk. Foss is aboard. Third base runner of the afternoon for New Hampshire.
Now batting for New Hampshire, number 10, Callie Schmidt.
First at bat of the afternoon for Callie Schmidt. She squares to bunt, pulls back and takes down and in. 1-0 count to the New Hampshire center fielder. Big science fan. I dropped physics my senior year of high school. I'm not a science fan. Dissected the frog once in middle school. That was fun. Besides that, not really much.
You didn't like dissecting the, you like dissecting the frog?
I liked dissecting the frog. Besides that, there was nothing really else that amused me about middle school science class.
Wasn't a big fan of the frog dissection myself. The smell was horrible.
There you go, there you go.
Foul ball off the top of Grace Boardman's mask to even the count.
Squeeze it, Grace.
Frog legs do smell good, though. They smell good when they're cooked.
It's a good meal. It's a good meal. Good protein.
Hit your macros. Two high and wide, strike three, throw to second. Rainbow's in there. It's a stolen base for Kinsley Foss, putting herself in a scoring position with 2 gone.
Yeah, Kinsley Foss using some of that tap dancing footwork there over there to get to second base. Really good speed and athleticism from her off the swing and miss. Throws just a little bit off the mark there, but I think she would have been safe anyway.
Not quite waltzing into second base with a slide.
And she's going to take third here.
Ball eludes Boardman. There's that speed, taking third.
And if New Hampshire's going to crawl back into this game and cut into this deficit, it's moments like that that are going to be critical. Advancing 60 feet, passing the bat, getting as many runners on base as you possibly can. You're not going to erase an 11-run deficit with one swing, right? It's going to be sustained momentum, 1 through 12 in the lineup.
Grace Peterson's bunts it foul back to the screen. And Winnegar is a strike away of putting up another 0 in the circle. One-two. Got her swinging. Kinsley Winnegar is in her bag through 2 innings.
Kinsley Winnegar, 6 outs, all 6 via the strikeout. She is absolutely cruising, throwing with elite velocity and blowing it by these New Hampshire hitters.
Turned it off. No, it's good. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Welcome back to Bristol, Connecticut for both New Hampshire and Vermont. Champlain Little League leads Concord Little League 11-zip heading into the bottom of the second. There were umbrellas yesterday because of rain. Those folks have umbrellas because it's too hot outside. Casey Roll with former Olympian Haley McClenny with you. The winner of today's game plays later tonight at 7 o'clock against Rhode Island. At the moment, it does look like Vermont is going to be playing the Rhode Island Little Leaguers, but you never know.
We've seen it all in Little League. So yeah, no deficit is too big. We'll see if Vermont can add to their lead here in the bottom of the second. They were firing on all cylinders in the bottom of the first. Did a really good job of taking walks, having great discipline at the plate, and Brooklyn Davenport had one of those singles.
RBI knock. She's hoping that New Hampshire doesn't shake it off in this bottom of the second.
I see your Taylor Swift pun there. Very nicely done.
Talk about more artists who span generations. It doesn't seem too long ago. Taylor Swift in the early 2000s and mid-2000s was just breaking onto the scene. Here we are, 2026, still talking about Taylor Swift.
Much respect and love to the Swifties out there.
Wonder if Brooklyn Davenport, by association, is also a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Not favorite team, but just fan of the Chiefs.
You gotta be, right?
I would think so.
Go Taylor's boyfriend, or husband, I guess now, right?
That ball fisted third base side. And the grab made by Lauren Plotzik. Leadoff batter is sat down to begin the second.
Now batting, number 13.
Little League is the most trusted youth sports organization in the world, keeping baseball and softball accessible for all kids, but its real power comes from you. Help us rally for Little League by texting RALLY to 345-345 today. Standard messaging rates apply. First pitch inside, and that comes up and hits Grace Boardman. Second time she's been on today. Walked in the first, hit by a pitch here in the second.
Now batting, number 67, Lauren Brasso.
Lauren Brasso steps to the plate. That ball pounced in towards shallow left, and that's juggled and caught by Presley Roots.
That was a good job there by Presley Root. Has to go back on that ball. And she bobbles it a little bit, but does an excellent job of just keeping her wits about her, staying calm. See it hit off the heel of the glove there, but enough wherewithal to be able to make the play, keep that ball from hitting the turf. And a much better start to this inning for Latora.
Gates takes a strike throw. The second was on time, but that eludes Harley Clark, the second baseman. That's a stolen base to put Boardman in the scoring position.
And this was a pretty good throw by Fithian behind the plate. You'll see gets out of her stance really quickly and throws on line and on target. Throw beats Boardman there, but Presley Root just unable to hang on to it. And another runner in scoring position for Vermont.
What have you noticed about Taylor Latora's complexion in the second inning after she allowed those 11 runs to score in the first?
It's much better. I know Boardman got on with a hit by pitch, but
Ball back to the screen, and Boardman takes third.
That ball will get away from her a little bit too, but I think this inning overall, she seems a little bit more within herself. She doesn't seem like she's trying to do too much. Her and Charlotte Fithian that back there behind the plate, just really relying on that chemistry that the coaching staff was telling us about. And it's pitches like that too, where you can tell that she's in sync, she's in sequence with her motion and her mechanics. And she's working herself into much more high leverage situations, getting ahead of hitters.
That's a swing and a miss. Gates goes down to throw the first, completes the strikeout. How about that for a bounce back inning for Taylor Latora? 11 inning first, leaves Vermont off the board in the second. We're through two here in Bristol.
welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
All eyes are going to be in Greenville this upcoming August 2nd, the 2026 Little League World Series site presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. How good is Vermont look? We might see them in Greenville in a couple weeks. Couple other teams still to play today. The second of our 3 games on Sunday in the New England Regional matches up Gorham Little League in Maine against Bristol. Man, that's going to be a really raucous crowd here in a couple hours. And the nightcap, Cranston Little League out of Rhode Island plays the winner of this game, New Hampshire or Vermont. 11-0 Vermont lead playing into this 3rd inning. Can New Hampshire rally from down 11 in the 3rd? The 2 Conserva sisters are scheduled to bat in this 3rd inning. Emmy Conserva takes a strike from Kinsley Winiger. Big fan of Caitlin Clark. Probably a big fan of that 45-point game she had a couple days ago.
Well, that was electric, wasn't it?
They are probably also fans of birthday celebrations. Both Emmy and Elena have their birthday tomorrow.
Not much of a better place to celebrate your 11th birthday than playing in regionals in Bristol here. What a fun opportunity for them. 2 of the youngest athletes on this team.
Over the inside edge, called a strike. Emmy Conserva sat down to begin the 3rd.
Now batting.
And Kinsley Winiger continuing to do what she's been doing all game long. She's gotten 7 total outs in this game. All 7 have been via the strikeout. She is feeling it and in absolute total control of the strike zone right now.
Ball 1 misses outside to Elena Conserva. An aspiring dog therapist in the future. Did she go around? Yes, she did, according to home plate umpire Justin Skiba. It's 1-2. Did you ever play any travel tournaments on your birthday? Were you ever away from home playing travel on your birthday?
Every summer. My birthday's National Slurpee Day, 7-11, so was always on the road playing some sort of ball, whether that was AAU hoops when I was younger, trying to go play basketball for Pat Summit. And I know you can't see me and we're sitting in our opens, but I am not tall enough to play college basketball, so quickly rerouted to softball.
Number 1.
It's a 1-out hit by pitch.
May
The lineup turns over to Charlotte May Fithian, the catcher. Wonder how many sub-6-foot guards Pat Summit had in her day.
There was one, Shannon Bobbitt, I believe was her name, when I was growing up. I was like, I can be her. I know I can be her. I couldn't be her.
Speaking of basketball players, Fithian a big fan of basketball players. Caitlin Clark and Megan Grant. Starred recently with UCLA, also a basketball standout at one time.
Can't stress enough about how important it is for all these young ladies. And we've got a lot of hockey players out on the field right now between these 2 teams, Vermont and New Hampshire, but so important at this age to play multiple sports, develop that athleticism, because it really does translate across a multitude of sports.
That runs full to Fithian on a swinging miss. Over the outer black, got her looking. Her 8th strikeout of the afternoon turns Fithian into a statue.
Now batting
And
number
Kinsley
2,
Winiger is an
Ella
absolute
Latorre.
artist right now, just painting corner after corner, goes up and away to get this strike 3 call. 8 outs, 8 Ks for Winiger.
Taylor Latorre was one of those strikeout victims in the first. She comes up empty on her second at bat. That's high and wide, delayed steal. Conserva takes second base standing up. Also not lost in the fray. I'm glad to see Grown Ups made the list among favorite movies.
Oh, there are a handful. Diving in these questionnaires in all of these New England regional teams, Grown Up seems to be a popular choice for favorite movie. And Adam Sandler seems to be a very popular choice for favorite celebrity. Don't know that I blame him. Phenomenal movie.
Serva gets to third base. But Winiger is a strike away from Kang the side for a third inning. This battery working phenomenally today. For those who are just now joining us, Kinsley Winiger and Grace Boardman calling their own pitches. No signs from either coaches in the Vermont dugout. A pair of pitchers between Taylor Latorre and Kinsley Winiger battling. Winiger wins the battle again. Kinsley Winiger has K'd the side in 3 consecutive innings to start Vermont's regional run.
Kinsley Winiger is just absolutely cruising right now, using velocity, going in, going out, using the change when she needs to. She is in total control. Vermont picking up the bats when we come back.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 11-0 lead for Vermont on New Hampshire as we play into the last of the third here at Brainfield in Bristol. Vermont potentially 4 runs away from ending its first game in regional play via the run rule. Run rules, for those who are new to Little League Softball, 15-run lead or more after 3 or 10 or more runs after 4. These Vermont fans, regardless of the score, having fun, a lot more fun knowing that it's sunny outside and their team is up by a ton.
Much better weather today than yesterday.
The weather cancellation did not affect the Vermont Little Leaguers from last night. Vermont's Addison Shequin
number 18, Addison Shequin,
is set to lead things off for Champlain Little League in this third inning. She bats in the 9th spot and takes Outside from Taylor Latorra. How big of a bounce back second inning did she have? 53 pitches in that 11-run first, 12 pitches in the second.
Yeah, really nice job by Latorra of just continuing to get more comfortable pitching on this field. And we've seen the home plate umpire go out and talk to her a little bit, not sure if there was a rules violation or something with her mechanics or something with her motion, but you could tell she was just a little bit uncomfortable in the first inning, did a really good job of bouncing back, settling back in, getting ahead in counts.
Haley, you pitched from time to time in your 12U days. How hard were those innings coming back after giving up such a big number of runs?
Well, there's a reason that I did not continue to pitch past 12 years old, and it's because I didn't have that mentality. It's so tough as a young pitcher to be able to be so present and be where your feet are that you can flush a bad inning or a bad at-bat. I never had the ability to do that. If I walked a batter, that was pretty much it, and that's why my pitching career was so short. But you got to give credit to these young women just continuing to come back out inning after inning, pitch after pitch, and continuing to stay resilient and stay in the fight.
Leadoff base runner for Shequin. Anna Mosher takes. It's her second appearance at the plate. She's ahead 1 ball and no strike.
Number 11, Hannah Mosher.
Big Colorado Avalanche fan, Mosher. We are in New England, one of her favorite players, no doubt. Played in Hockey East, Kayla McCarr, former UMass Amherst Minutemen. We aren't too far away from where UConn hockey plays as well. Made it to an NCAA regional this year. She's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes against Latorra. It's a 4-pitch walk. And Mosher is aboard.
Now batting.
Little
number
League
8,
Softball Regionals
Fallon
continue with the
Mills.
debut of Little League Around the Bases, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Live coverage today and tomorrow of every region from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. You'll be a part of some of that coverage, right?
Yes, get to go do the studio on Tuesday, so exciting stuff. It's so amazing, just the growth of this sport. You see it with the AUSL, you see it with college softball. Now it's making its way into Little League. There's just never been more softball that's accessible to watch. It's never been an easier time to become a fan of this incredible sport.
Fallon Mills takes a strike. And Haley, you do bring up a good point. You and I were talking yesterday about just the growth the game has had in your home state in Alabama, from the time where you were playing 12U softball to where we are now in 2026. What do you feel like the biggest differences are, besides just the pure accessibility of a lot of programs?
Yeah, well, I think you're seeing more and more young women as softball's continued to grow. There's been more opportunities at the youth level to compete. More Little Leagues have popped up, not just in the Southeast, but all over the country. Because that's a big strikeout there for Latorra, but there are so many more opportunities to play. We're going to see a good look here from Latorra, just finding the strike zone. Great job of painting the corner there and just misses the bat there of Fallon Mills.
Celia Gunther rolls it foul wide of first base. And the bases loaded, RBI hit by pitch, a part of that 11-run first.
And I think, Casey, as we get deeper into this ball game, I know the score, it's a big deficit, big lead that Vermont has, but if you're Taylor Latorra, if you can put that first inning behind you and put up back-to-back scoreless innings here, that's a boat of confidence going into the rest of this tournament, knowing we're playing in double elimination. One game does not end your run here. So if Latora can find a way to put up a couple of zeros here, that's something she can really rely on later in this tournament. And her dad, Coach Latora, was telling us this team goes how she goes, and they're going to need her if they're going to make a run.
Ball prodded, foul back to the screen. Celia Gunther, big rooted in family, wears number 55 for her grandfather who passed away a year and a half ago. Always wore 55 between his baseball career and his fast pitch softball career. It's down and in the run account full. Mentioned that it's her way of honoring his memory, her grandfather. See a lot of those in regional questionnaires across the country, wearing numbers because of family members who are no longer with us or those who played at one point. That's up high. Gunther works a walk. That loads the bases for Vermont in the third.
Now batting number 24, Kelly Boiseno.
Bases loaded chance for Callie Boisenal. Speaking of numbers, she wears her number because of Jenny Finch in regular season play. Balls up high. I never asked you, your Twitter handle, without eliminating all of the handles, just to prevent people from blowing it up, has the number 8 involved.
It does.
Paying homage to numbers that you wore between Team USA and Alabama. Was number 8 significant for you for some reason?
Yeah, my father played college baseball at Samford University, which is just outside of Birmingham where I grew up. He was an outfielder. He wore number 8. Cal Ripken was one of his favorite players. Always instilled in us just toughness, consistency, and so wearing that number for my dad and getting to represent my family meant a lot, not just at the collegiate stage, but being able to go play in Tokyo and wear that number. Really, really special.
One-two, wave and a miss. Boisenal comes up empty. Big strikeout for Latora, her second of the inning.
This is so big for Lily Latora. I can't stress it enough how much better she has looked since the first inning. Really gotten into a groove. She's working all quadrants of the strike zone. She's getting the swings and misses, getting herself into leverage counts, and much sharper in her command these last couple of innings.
Hazel Rexford was hit by a pitch. Scored the run earlier, RBI ground out.
Good eye, good eye. Don't help her.
Ball up high to even the count at 1 apiece.
Be aggressive, though. Good eye, good eye. Hey, Hazel, it's gonna be yours.
She quit at third base for Vermont. Represents a possible 12th run for Champlain Little League. It's inside, 3 balls and a strike. And for the third time today, that's Justin Skiba behind the plate, just reiterating a couple of conversations with Latora in the circle.
Hey, Hazel, it's gotta be yours. Don't help her.
That was an illegal pitch that was called.
Good eye, good eye.
That's all the way to the screen. That drives in a run on a bases loaded walk. Not sure if Shequin knew she was going to score either way on ball 3, but got down and dirty with the slide. Always have to enjoy sliding.
I know my mom's watching right now, and anytime there's an opportunity to slide, you take advantage of it to dirty that uniform.
Got them all out there, have fun.
Much to the disapproval probably of the moms and dads that are doing laundry out there, but hey, that's how you know when you go get your food after the game and all that stuff. That's how you know. Everyone knows that you played if you get that uniform dirty.
Second circle visit of the game for Tim Latora, bringing his infield in, talking with a couple of his daughters. These are rules for mound visits. Pitcher must be removed on the second visit of an inning. So this is the second visit of the game, not of the inning. The next visit for Coach Latora out to the circle would potentially be a pitching change, for Taylor. It's a 12-0 Vermont lead in this bottom of the third. In the event that these bases are unloaded in this inning, that all three of the base runners come to the score, that would end the game with a 15-run lead in 3 innings. And how fitting would it be if Kinsley Winiger possibly ends the game? She has been phenomenal with strikeouts. She has K'd the side in order in all 3 innings. 2-run single her last time up.
And based off of the at-bats so far in this game, this is exactly, if you're Vermont, this is exactly who you want up to the plate. Is Winiger. You know she's going to be looking for something over the heart of the plate. You know she wants to end this game via the run rule. Save her arm a little bit, potentially, for a matchup later tonight at 7 o'clock with Rhode Island.
High and wide to the screen, count 3-0. The 100th pitch of the afternoon coming for Taylor Latorra. And that's upstairs. Winiger draws a bases-loaded walk. It's 13-0 Vermont. The winning run is at second base.
Now batting number 9, Callie Boise.
And here comes the second mound visit of the inning, 3rd of the game. This will be the end of the line for Taylor Latorra, her father Tim coming out there. It's a family affair here in Bristol between the Latorras, enjoying their time in regional play. See it so much across the country, fathers coaching their daughters and sons between Little League baseball and softball. And a pitching change here in Bristol. Lily Latorra comes on the pitch. We'll be back in a moment here at Brain Field. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. 13-0 lead for Vermont in this bottom of the 3rd. They've got the bases juiced in 2 outs. Concord Little League goes from one Latorra sister to another. Taylor Latorra's day in the circle ends. Lily Latorra's begins. The 2 Latorra sisters swap positions. Lily goes from first to the mound. Taylor goes from the circle to first base. That's got to be really fun, right, for the whole Latorra family?
I mean, how fun, right? We talked about Lily Latorra being the 3rd sibling to play here in Bristol Regional between her and her older sister Taylor over there at first base now, and their older brother pitching in a baseball regional here. It's got to be exciting for manager Tim Latorra, the whole family. Some of the best memories that you make as a young kid are out at the ballpark with your siblings. I know that's true of my life. I got 2 little brothers, and just the fun that you have as a family at the ballpark. Regardless, win or loss, doesn't matter. Those are some of the best memories that you're ever going to make.
Callie Foisey's up at the plate, the first batter to face Lily Latorra. Will everyone rise for Foisey the same way Yankees fans rise for Aaron Judge at Yankee Stadium? The winning run for Vermont is at second base in the form of Hazel Rexford. If she comes in to score, it would be the 15th run of the game.
Bounces
Bounces in, eludes Fithian to the screen, but no runners advance. It has been one thing that Josh Winiger has done today. He hasn't played that risk-reward game with any balls that have got to the screens.
Yeah, and I don't mind the conservative approach necessarily, especially up 13. And with how they've hit the ball and the way that they've been disciplined, just 1 through 12 in the lineup.
Throw over the first base. Glanced off Taylor Latour's glove. Clark was there to back it up. It's 3-1.
All right, you like it, Callie, drive it. Gotta be there. Good eye, good
That's a
eye.
bases loaded walk for Foisey, and the winning run for Vermont is at third base.
All right, Brooke, drive it, Brooke. Continue driving it. Let's go.
Now batting number 10, Brooklyn Davenport.
Let's score, Brooke. Drive it.
Brooklyn Davenport has a chance to win this one early for Vermont. Throw down the line at first.
Score, Callie.
And Foisey's back in there.
Go help her, Brooke. Like it and drive it.
Like the aggressiveness there by Fithian behind the plate, trying to catch some runners sleeping, steal some outs here to keep New Hampshire in this game.
Good eye, Brooke. Good eye, Brooke.
Davenport's 2 balls away from walking in the game's 15th run. 11 runs for Vermont in the first inning, 3 in an ongoing third. Winner plays Rhode Island tonight at 7 Eastern.
Good eye, good eye.
Vermont's a ball away from booking a date with Rhode Island tonight. Just a few hours down the road. 3 balls and no strikes with the bases loaded and 2 outs. That's inside, and the 8th bases loaded walk of the game for Vermont ends this one in 3 innings. It's a 15-0 Vermont lead. They win the game. How about a Kinsley Winiger special? A no-hitter in 3 innings. New Hampshire did not put a ball in play against the second-year regional standout. 9 Ks in the circle and a couple runs driven in at the plate.
Yeah, this is a dream day at the ballpark if you're Kinsley Winiger. She was firing on all cylinders in the circle today. 9 outs, all 9 via the strikeout. She was missing barrels all afternoon long and just continuing to paint corner after corner, going inside, going outside, going upstairs, really just owning all 4 quadrants of the strike zone. Oh yeah, and she can pick up the bat as well and drive in a couple of runs for her team. So what a phenomenal afternoon, a no-hitter. And Winiger is gonna be looking to win again later tonight against Rhode Island.
She'll most likely be in the circle against Rhode Island tonight. 68 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, a no-hitter for Winiger. A 15-0 Vermont win over New Hampshire, and it's the Vermont Little Leaguers from Champlain Little League against Cranston Western Little League tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time. What a way to start this Sunday triple header here in the New England Regionals at Brain Field. For Haley McClenny, director Isaac Rice, producer Aaron Snyder-Storm, rules expert Garrett Argianis, and statistician John LaBombarda, I'm Casey Roll saying so long. From Brain Field in Bristol, dominant performance by Vermont. They dispatched New Hampshire 15-0.